Hi everyone, welcome back to our next episode. I'm Cindy.
And I'm Ashley.
And today we're going to be talking about The Bachelor, specifically the finale.
Yes, we watched it last night and we have some thoughts.
Yeah, to preface, we've only actually watched like 10 minutes of the first episode and then the finale.
Yeah, I don't really watch The Bachelor normally, so.
Yeah, I used to actually watch The Bachelor, so I like watched Ari's season. I've caught up. I've seen like Sean and Catherine. I've seen Becca's season from Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Who else have I seen? I've seen like various ones. Oh, I've seen Colton's season.
Yeah.
That was kind of interesting. But lately I haven't been watching it. Oh, I did watch the trailer for The Golden Bachelor.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I never watched every single episode of a season. Like I might watch like one.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know.
But we have some interesting thoughts. But let's kick it off with a question from We're Not Really Strangers.
The question that we picked today is, what's been the best compliment a stranger has ever given you? Cindy?
See, I picked that question, but I didn't even think about it.
Let's see.
Let me think. I'd say on the top of my head, the best compliment a stranger has given to me was one time I was at a boba shop and this like random lady comes up to me and she's like, "Your skin looks so good. Like, what do you use?" And I was just taken aback because I was like, in my opinion, I don't think my skin's the greatest. And back then, I guess my skin was a little bit better, but I've always struggled with like acne and pimples. So like having a clear face was only up until I was like 13. And then ever since then, I've just had like little zits everywhere. So the girl who came up to me, and she was like an older lady, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And she's like, "Yeah, like you're just glowing in the sun." And I was like, I guess, like in my head, I guess I was sitting by the sun.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, what do you use?" And I told her I use water. I literally, because I didn't even use a cleanser. I just used water and lotion. And I guess maybe my diet or my sleep was also like really good at that time. So that probably correlated with my skin. But that was very nice of her to say.
That's what my sister says because her skin's perfect. And I'm like, "What do you, like, do you do anything?" She's like, "No, I just use like water and soap when I'm in the shower."
Yeah.
Like, great.
I think it's partly genetics, but
Probably.
sometimes I feel like cleansers just strip so much oils and it's just adding so many chemicals to your skin that I'd rather just wash my face with water.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
What's your best compliment? Did you think of any?
I didn't really, because from a stranger, I don't know, I just, when I don't want to say I like try to like not get approached by other people, but I try not to get approached by people. But one thing I do remember, I remember going to like Lifetime or something, and I was walking in, and most of the people that go to Lifetime are kind of older.
Yeah.
So I was walking in, and the lady's like, "Oh my gosh, you're like so fit." I'm like, "Thanks." Like, I don't know. At that time I played soccer a lot for like high school and stuff. So but I thought that was funny. I was like, "Thanks." That's all. I was like, I don't know. But like that's the only thing I can really remember from like a stranger. It's like you get compliments from like people you know, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Was she fit herself too? Were you like complimented in like the gym floor? Like were you?
No, I was like walking into Lifetime, and she was like
Oh.
walking out. I was like,
wow.
It's so interesting. I was like, okay.
What a nice lady.
But yeah. Moving on. The Bachelor.
So we watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts? Just like overall, what do you initially think?
About like just the show in general, or
Just whatever comes to mind. Bachelor, finale, whatever.
I guess in terms of yesterday, what I really cared about, I don't really care about who he decided, honestly, but I wanted to know who was going to be like the next Bachelorette.
Okay.
And some part of me, I was like, because I seen a lot of clips of Maria, and I was like, oh, she has such a good like personality, just like that I want to be like friends with her. But in like the back of my head, I'm like, I don't think they would pick her as the Bachelorette just because of how I imagine like they're just like how like the past Bachelorettes. I feel like her personality is a bit different than the other people's.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like she could be great on Bachelor in Paradise, so that would be fun.
I think she'll probably still go to Bachelors in Paradise. Maybe that's
Maybe.
why. I don't know. I really wish I knew if she said no or
Yeah.
yes to the offer. Like if she was even offered it.
She probably was. I don't know. But the thing is, that's another so this is based on the new Bachelorette, but people are like, oh, like I don't understand why everybody's so because most people are upset because it wasn't Maria, but like Maria was happy for Jenn because they were like friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you guys all upset? Like Maria was happy for her. Like she probably like I don't know. It's like
I think it's easier to jump on the train of hating someone rather than supporting them, especially I feel like on social media it's harder to support like women supporting women. It's just not often seen.
yeah.
And so often you just attack, especially because you're just behind an account, so you can just like easily type these hate comments or dislike them. But
No, we can get into like the reactions of Jenn, but yeah, I've seen a couple. I'm like, oh, this is kind of sad, but
my initial thoughts was I thought that Daisy was gonna get picked. I thought she was just like a cute, very nice girl. Everyone loves her, so I just figured Joey would pick her, but the ending made me sad. But moving on, let's break it down with how the episode started. So the episode started with them meeting his parents, Joey's parents. So what I wrote down initially was when Daisy first walked into the room, it felt like she was such a bright light and drew everyone in together and was confidently able to say that she would marry Joey and she really loved him. And I felt like the sisters loved her too. Like the sisters were rooting for her. And then when Kelsey walked in, Kelsey was like still nice and everything, but it felt like she wasn't as confident in their relationship.
Yeah, but you have to remember it was 2 months.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're asking her, oh, do you think he'll like if he like asked you to marry you 2 months into knowing him, basically, would you say yes? And she's like, I think I would. Like, I feel like you can't be like yes for sure. Like you can be like that, but it's understandable why you wouldn't also be like yes 100% sure. Like no doubt in my mind. Kind of.
That's valid. But to me, Daisy wooed me from that parent meeting.
Yeah. I feel like the like speculation I was seeing, I was like, oh, she's probably not going to get picked. Because another thing, I don't think it held her back in sense of like her relationship, but I think in general, she had more, it seemed like more doubt of like her feelings until like the very end.
Who, Kelsey?
No, Daisy.
Oh, Daisy?
Yeah.
Well, I thought she like was falling in love with him and wanted to say it to him.
Yeah. But like,
not doubt.
no, but before that, like the clips I've seen from Pat, like the episodes before this episode, she was more hesitant to like open up, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Until
I
this
guess I
one.
didn't see those past clips, so I wouldn't know.
So, but I liked her. She was so sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like she's like what you would imagine somebody from Minnesota being like.
Yeah. So nice.
Yeah, so nice. Yeah.
Overall, I think the parents are pretty civil.
Yeah, I really liked the mom.
The mom was really nice.
She was so sweet. She was so like supportive of both girls, which was really nice. But yeah.
I felt like the mom was grilling Kelsey. Was that just me? Or was it Daisy? I can't remember who she was talking to, but she was asking all these questions. And then in the corner, you can see her reaction. She's like, oh, why did I ask that?
Yeah. I think she was trying to gauge both of them, but also try to be like supportive.
Yeah.
But like she's also trying to be supportive of her son. Which makes sense. I think one thing that I thought was funny, like when they first like it got introduced, the dad's like reaction or like him, it's not even him talking. I'm just like that. It feels like he's really like contemplating, like this could be like my daughter-in-law, which I thought was funny. But yeah, I don't know. But even I think going in, I was like. To the show, I'm like, oh, I feel like it's gonna be Kelsey, even though I feel like this show really edits and hypes up Daisy. But I think that was for making it dramatic.
I feel like it was just like you didn't even need to hype up Daisy. She was just like naturally liked, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just feel like, and by hype up, I just mean like they showed her so much that I was like, oh, everybody's like, oh, it has to be her because they showed her so much. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but then
I heard the theory that the last rose ceremony before that it was actually Kelsey got the rose first, but then they edited it to have Daisy,
saw that
and I was
too.
like, oh, well.
I saw that too.
Yikes.
Little yikes on their part.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to then, we saw their last date together.
Oh, yeah.
And in my notes, okay, so Daisy had a spiritual healing session where they sat in silence for like an hour, and they didn't really get a chance to or something like that. But they didn't get a chance to talk. They were just sitting there meditating. And then Kelsey had a spa day, and that just felt like more romantic and more one-on-one time. But spiritual healing just felt like like it felt like a sign from him, like, oh yeah, we're just not gonna talk, we're just gonna meditate.
Yeah.
I mean, after they had dinner. And
Yeah.
so the notes that I wrote down as I was watching the show was Daisy said, I'm used to not being chosen. And so then they made a wish. Do you remember the wish, the spiritual wish thing?
Yeah.
Do you remember what he said?
I don't remember what she said, but I remember he's like, oh, I hope like we both end up like being able to be happy in the end or something.
Yeah.
As in like not happy together, but like happy on our own. I think he might have been like happy with whatever like journey we take or something.
Even if it's not with like,
even
each
if
other.
It's not, something like
yeah,
that.
and then her face, her mood
it like dropped so quickly. I was like, I don't know if it like I feel like Joey could like there's no chance Joey could not have seen that her like mood or attitude, not attitude, just mood or like the vibe changed so instantly when he said that.
Yeah.
Like or the edit just made it look like it was like much more dramatic, but I don't know.
Well, I think she had mentioned when she was like confronting him, like at the very end, you know, when she was like, I know you know.
Yeah.
He had said like, oh, I didn't know I was being that obvious.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if he actually caught on, but
like her smile like faded so fast. It was like, oh, okay.
yeah.
But yeah, I felt really bad for her at that moment because like it's always heartbreaking to like get so far and like somebody so much and then you're like, oh, and they don't seem to like me as much as I like them or something.
You off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when you get like that, oh, I want us both to be happy. It's like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
But
I also wrote down another quote from her. So
Mhm.
then afterwards they went to dinner and she said, earlier today I didn't think it was me, but for tonight's dinner I'm gonna think it's me.
oh, I thought
Do you
it was
remember
such
that?
a funny thing to say. I was like, what the? That's
That
so
was
weird.
so funny. I loved that.
Yeah, I was like, good for you, but like, what? That's my reaction. I was like, okay.
And I think just like straight off the bat, it just sounded like she really loved him.
Mhm.
And I still think that she loved him. And I think at that time, I think she said, I love you to him. And he was like, oh yeah, thanks. And she got no validation.
Yeah, maybe. I know she wanted to say it. Oh yeah, I think she was like really determined because she was gonna say it at the what was it, the spiritual thingy.
Yeah.
But then she didn't because what he said to her. So then she's like, I'm gonna tell him because I don't want to leave not telling him.
Mm-hmm. So she said, I love you.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, thanks. I was like, oh, okay.
Dang. Yeah, I don't know. I felt really bad for her, but I don't know. I feel like she can find somebody. She's just such like a good catch, I guess.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't really remember Kelsey's date because I was also doing my homework assignment. But you can talk about it.
I mean, when I think back to Kelsey's spa day, I just know when they walked in, they had so much. They had like the jade rollers, they had face masks, they had a massage. I think they gave each other massages too, but that's all I really caught on.
Yeah.
I knew they were, I think did they actually sit in a hot tub together? I don't remember. I stopped paying attention when it was Kelsey's turn because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, I kind of already know it's Kelsey.
Mhm.
So they were just very romantic. I don't have any quotes from that
Yeah.
from that little spa day.
No,
but
I literally don't remember anything about Kelsey's date, which is kind of sad. But it was also doing other stuff. That's why. But another thing. This is after the final rose, but it was like a small detail that I saw on TikTok that they like changed the roses to Daisy when Daisy was out and she was like talking.
What do you mean?
When he was interviewing Daisy,
yeah.
they changed, like they had the bowl of roses for the whole thing or for most of it, but then it was a bowl of daisies in the bowl.
When she was talking?
Yeah, when she was out.
Why would they do that? They never do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's so like such like a small detail, but I'm like, that's so cool.
Wow,
Yeah.
the producers really do love her.
Yeah.
She had like the first one-on-one day, and I think he acknowledged that they had the first connection together, but I guess it faded. I guess she wasn't all in enough for him.
I feel like it really not put him off, but like made him question if she was ready because of how, not closed off, but just like she was more, it was harder for him to get like a gauge of her like feelings. And I know, because like in their hometowns, it was, they like mentioned how she's been trying, like learning how to like let him in more, I guess.
Oh.
or like
I didn't catch that.
or like communicate her feelings better or like more to him.
Oh.
So yeah.
It feels like, to me, it feels like Daisy and Joey talk a little bit more. And then every time Kelsey sees him, they just like immediately just kiss and start making out. It feels more.
Okay, I did not get that vibe, but okay.
Really? You don't get that vibe?
No, I just feel like Daisy, they have, the way I got the vibe from Daisy is like she's more fun and like more like wants, not active, but just like more fun and playful. Whereas like Kelsey gave me the vibe of like, oh, like caring and nice. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just like the aura is like comfortableness, but also just like a vibe that is like, oh, I just like being around this person. Whereas the vibe, I'm like, it's not necessarily like comfortability, but like just playfulness between Joey and Daisy.
More of like a friendship vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
I don't know. I didn't like any of the kissing. Literally, I don't know why. Like, I watch a bunch of romance shows, but the kissing in this, like, the last episode at least, every time I'm like,
it's because they zoom in on the lips and they turn up the volume so you hear the smacking, and I'm just like, ew. Like, I look at it and I'm just like, what?
I was like, oh, I don't think I can watch.
I don't remember it being this like
cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe it's just I'm older. I don't know. But moving on to the proposal. So they had their last date. They're getting ready. And after Daisy gets ready, she's like wearing this like dress, the red dress. What are your thoughts on her red dress, actually? I think you were very opinionated on that.
Well, I didn't really like personally, I didn't like the dress in general. Just because, like, I don't know. I just didn't like the shape of it, like in the top area. But also, like, I was like, maybe this is like, well, I don't know if like the producers like were like, you should wear this dress or whatever, or the directors or whatever, because like her dress was red, like, and I feel like red means like changing or like not.
It's just like a bold color.
Yeah, very bold. It's normally not like it's like you dye your hair red when you're like trying to get over somebody, or you just like broke up, or you're like trying to like transform. And Kelsey was wearing white, which is associated with getting married. So I'm like, I don't know, but
sussy.
Yeah.
But when I saw her, when Daisy was walking down the hallway in her dress, and she was knocking on someone's door, I really thought she was gonna confront Joey.
Oh,
well, I really thought that.
Well, she kind of did, but like not at that point.
Yeah, because like they were still getting ready for the proposal, and I really thought she was gonna open the door and be like, I don't feel like I'm getting proposed to today. Like, I need you to tell me. And then she was like, I'm gonna leave. Like, I feel like she was gonna leave early.
Yeah.
But then Kelsey opens the door.
Yeah.
People are saying that Daisy ruined the moment for Kelsey by sitting in the car with her and by telling Kelsey basically she was getting proposed to.
Well, they knew that one of them was gonna get proposed to anyways. So like, I feel like it just builds up the anticipation at that point for her, because now she doesn't have to wonder, am I gonna get my heart broken? It's I'm gonna get married. Like,
that's fair. Yeah.
I don't know.
I can see both sides.
I don't know. I feel like people like to hate, but I think it's very like empowering, being like, oh, like this other person is like supportive and wants like the best for me, basically. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like at that point it's like, well, now I don't have like a question, like a doubt in my mind that like it's me.
Yeah.
Kind of. But yeah.
Let's see, what else do I have? And then I think Daisy had talked to Kelsey, and she was like telling about her doubts. And then Kelsey was like, oh yeah, I got validation, like he's falling in love with me. And she's like, I didn't get that. Yeah. And in that moment, I really thought Daisy was gonna leave, because Daisy kind of basically confirmed for herself that she's not getting proposed to.
Yeah.
And then they show the clip of them riding separately, or so what it looks like. And then the camera zooms out and they're holding hands.
Yeah. I think that one of the themes throughout like this whole like season is like being a girl's girl, and I feel like that in a sense was like, oh, these two are like girls, like they're supportive of each other, but like there's some backstabbing ish girls.
Yeah.
And it also kind of reflects on how people reacted to like the new Bachelorette, but like I don't know. I don't necessarily like the idea of like a girl's girl, but like I do, but I think people are very harsh sometimes, especially when you don't see everything. But I think it's very, at that point, it's like, wow, it's empowering to like be supportive when it's like, oh, you're getting your heart broken, but like at the same time, you know, somebody else is like it's the start of their like rest of their lives, basically.
Yeah.
Potentially. I don't know.
Potentially.
Yeah. I don't. The Bachelorette, like the success rate doesn't seem very high, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's entertaining at least.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, so what I have written here is Joey says, I think the context was Joey was saying, I want Daisy to know how much I tried. Like, I tried for the relationship for it to work out. And it just, like, to me, in my head, I giggled when I heard that. I was like, really? You really tried?
Yeah. I don't know. I, like, understand kind of what he is getting at, but at the same time, because, like, of the context of being on, like, a dating show where you're dating a bunch of people and stuff, but at the same time, like, these girls have to know that, like, there's always a chance you're going to get your heart broken, basically, because he is dating somebody else. And I don't know. This is the reason why I would never go on one of these shows, because it's, like, I don't really want to be, like, competing, like, on a public television. Also, I feel like it's, like, I don't like the concept of, like, dating multiple, like, seriously dating multiple people. It's like, well, I just want them to like me. Like, I don't want them to be like, oh, well, I may have feelings for like 3 different girls. Like, that's crazy in my eyes. But in a show like this, that's like the point. But yeah, I don't know. How about you? What do you think?
I mean, I think I jokingly always say that I want to go on the show just to like for the fame or just for fun, just to see how it works in terms of like how production really works. And apparently people stay up super late and the rose ceremonies are really long because you know there's like 30 girls. But at the end of the day, I don't think I'd go up there. I don't think it's worth my time, but I think I'd go for a day just for fun. But I don't think I'd even be selected. And I've told my boyfriend this, and I don't think he seriously ever answered me because I don't think he ever seriously thought I was going to go. So.
Well, yeah, because I hope he doesn't think you're going to go.
I was like, can I just go up there and, like, just not kiss them and just, like, be there for fun, you know? For the girls, but not for the guy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that definitely won't be happening anytime soon. But, yeah, I jokingly say it, but I definitely wouldn't go out there.
Yeah, no, I would never.
I'd go for fun. Like, I wouldn't go for the guy.
Yeah.
But in order to stay in the game, in the show, you have to somewhat like the guy.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could survive if I was just there for the girl.
Yeah.
For the girls. But yeah, I think taking away from this, I know one of her quotes in the car as she was going away, when she was like leaving, she had said, if I can love someone this much who's the wrong guy for me, imagine how much I can love the right guy for me. And that just like hit home, and I was like, wow. She's so right. I love that quote.
Yeah, that was a good quote, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that much on comment, but it was a good quote. They even highlighted it in the after the rose interview.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I don't remember the after the rose.
Yeah.
I kind of tuned out after the rose. I was so attentive to the proposal. I had notes down verbatim. I was like, wow, how I really tried.
Yeah. But yeah, I think. I don't know. I feel like Daisy really deserves love, but
yeah, she really
I don't know. After this, I think it's wise of her not to try to like do the Bachelorette, because I guess you're on the other side where you're picking people, but like I don't know. She seemed pretty like far in, and for somebody who was having like is more reserved with her like feelings, I don't know. I feel like it would be hard.
Yeah.
To, like, jump into another one.
I mean, I think it'd be interesting if she was the Bachelorette. Like, I would want to see the contestants and see if they were to pick guys that maybe are hard of hearing or come from a hard of hearing background. But I feel like the franchise wouldn't do that, knowing just, like, who they are. But I think that would be cool to see an episode where guys could, like, come in and maybe have similar situations at her and, like, bond in that way. But
yeah.
Maybe Daisy will come back for the next Bachelorette.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the proposal. Do you remember much about the proposal? I don't remember if you were really watching. It was in the background, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely in the background. Like, I remember he proposed, and then he like gave her the final rose and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't remember. I don't know. I kind of tuned that part out. Yeah.
This is what I remember. I remember Daisy walking up there, and I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. But then he's like, "Oh, like I'm so thankful for the journey and the memories and blah blah blah." And then she says, she's like, "I know you know you're not going to propose to me today." Like she's like, "I know you know that." Yeah. And she's like, she's like, "I've been having doubts," and I think she had said, she was like kind of getting teary-eyed, and then he was getting teary-eyed because he was basically being like, he thought that he would have to tell her and be like, "Oh, sorry, I have feelings for other people," for the other girl. But she was like, "I know you know." And I was like, what a great line. Yeah. Like, boss girl to confront him. And they were both teary-eyed, and then afterwards he was like crying. He like walked over, he like took off his suit jacket, he was like dabbing his eyes. I was like, wow, he really cares for her. But then she walked away saying, "I'm like rooting for you and Kelsey," and she walked away on her own because he had offered to walk her back, and she's no,
I want to do it on my own. Yeah,
I loved that.
I was like, that's great for you. But
so that part was unexpected. I really didn't think Daisy would say that, but I'm glad she did.
Yeah. And then I feel like it really helped her like get closure in like the relationship. Yeah. Because like we were expecting that she was just gonna leave, kind of.
Yeah, and just not show up for the proposal.
But I think it's better that the way she did it was like, I understand and like I'm happy for you, but I'm like gonna take myself out of the equation, basically. Yeah. But it was still so sad.
It was like her choice to leave. And it was sad, but I'm glad she did it on her own. I don't think I could have done that. Honestly, if I was in her position, I definitely would have just left. Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't really know, but I feel like I would do that. And then maybe on a later day, I could confront him and be like, "Hey, I know you picked her. I know you picked Kelsey. Tell me what I did wrong," or something.
I guess maybe instead of like going when like he's ready to propose, I would have maybe just done it before.
Yeah, like in the hotel room.
Yeah, in the hotel. Be like, "Hey, like I know like I'm not gonna be picked. Like I'm going to like leave, but I'm happy for you," or whatever. But I wouldn't leave a note. I feel like that's so dramatic.
So many girls leave a note. Like, we watched the first episode, and who was Leah? Leah came in with a note.
Well, yeah, they gave her that note.
Yeah, but I just think that having a note...
You don't even know what the note is. Do you want me to tell you?
That? Yeah, what's the
note? Yeah,
it's
basically that she could, like, take a one-on-one date from somebody else. So, but then she decides to throw it in the fire. And so this is the premise of why I didn't like Leah. It's because she was like, she acted like this whole girl, like throwing her like advantage basically, or like her steal card, and like throwing it in a fire. So like she's not gonna do that like to like another girl. But then later, she decides to like there's this whole drama where these girls, what was the one girl's name? I don't remember the one girl's name.
The sisters?
No. This other girl, and so there's this Medina. She was a bit older, and she said something about how she was a bit insecure, and apparently it got like turned into this whole like thing about bullying or something. And this other girl was saying how she was bullying, but then later on, when this other girl was saying how she felt bullied and like that Maria was a bully or whatever, later on she and Maria were like on like a 2-on-1 kind of, like they were both getting 1-on-1s, but like it was like gonna be like one or the other gonna go home, and the other girl went home and Maria stayed. And then when she came back, Medina was like congratulating her, and then Leah was like, "Why are you like congratulating her? Like she was like the mean one or something." And it's like, and Medina's like, "What the like? I'm just happy." And then everybody like, all like the audience people that I see on TikTok were like, "Wow, she's really not a girl's girl. Why would you like throw somebody under the bus after like basically being able to say like and whatnot?" And it's like, well, I thought like everybody's like, "Oh, I thought we thought you were a girl's girl, but clearly you're not," because everybody's was on Maria's side at this point, like as audience members. Yeah. So people were like, "Why is like Leah causing more drama with Maria when like there's no drama?"
I feel like, so I'm glad that she threw away the steal card, but I feel like the producers was trying to make Leah the the villain of the season.
No.
That's why they gave her the steel card.
Yeah, but then she wasn't the villain up until what she did to Maria later.
Well, maybe they edited that.
No, because after the not after the rose, like the woman tell all.
Yeah.
She was trying to say how she was felt gas because she said that Maria called her a bitch, and she told that to Joey, and then Maria he asked Maria, and she's like, no, I never said that. And then in the woman tell all, she's like, yeah, and they mentioned how somebody called her a bitch, and she's like, Maria's like, yeah, I never said that. And this other girl was like, yeah, because I said that. And then Leo's trying to defend herself, being like, well, I just know it was said, and not say, oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up or anything. And she's like, I don't want to feel gaslit about my what happened. I'm like, well, the reason you're getting attacked basically is because you said somebody said that and they didn't say it. It was somebody else. You were just trying to stir up drama for this person.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wait, that's actually crazy. Maybe I should be watching this woman tell all.
Yeah, literally, it was crazy because all the three girls that people the audience started not to were sitting right next to each other.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that about Leah. Good to know though.
No, but people really did not like her by the end. I was kind of served her at that point, but I don't know. I think it was just because people were like, oh, she was pretending to be a girl's girl, but then ended up throwing another girl under the bus anyways.
Girls are just kind of like that. That's why I feel like girls can be dramatic, which is a good thing and a bad thing.
It's good for reality TV.
Yeah, it is good for reality TV.
But
and then moving on to Kelsey's proposal, I don't quite remember much about that.
Yeah, no.
I just know that I looked at it and I was like, she's gonna get proposed today. Oh, one thing that I did think about was when she was walking to Joey, it felt like she was walking so slow. Did you think that too?
Maybe. When you mentioned that, I was like, maybe she's wearing heels because I feel or some sort of shoes that are hard to walk in, but I didn't actually end up looking if what she was wearing. But I was like, or they just edited it to make it look like she's walking slow. But
it just felt like she was walking so dramatically slow for Joey, and I was like, just get this over with. Why are you walking so slow?
No, I remember you saying that. I was like, oh, okay.
And then I don't actually have any notes about the Kelsey proposal, but I do remember he said I love you to her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then, because, he had said that I want to reserve I love you to my future wife, and then he proposed, and she's like, oh my gosh, the ring is so pretty. I saw a TikTok, wow, I'm turning into Ashley, that he was wearing a green tie at the proposal because it was a nod to her first dress when they first met. Yeah. And then she also had an emerald cut diamond ring. So that's probably where the green came from. I'm not sure, but I'm very happy for them. The proposal seemed really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they last.
I am betting 2 months.
2 months? Really?
Okay, wait, no.
From now?
Well, okay, so the finale was in March? Yeah. I'm betting August. What about you?
I don't know, because I feel it didn't seem like they had any drama. Maybe I feel maybe the reason they would wake up is if their just lives don't match. But there's other seasons where oh, they just don't like each other. But I feel that wouldn't be the case in this situation. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe they could last until the end of this year, 2024.
Okay.
Or they're either gonna last not longer than 2024, or they're gonna be forever.
Yeah.
I feel
I don't know. I feel to me it feels like he's very baby. Yeah. So I just don't know if a relationship would last long with a.
I just feel I didn't see any drama from them. Even their personalities don't scream drama.
Okay.
Whereas other people, I feel there was more drama in their seasons with either the Bachelor or the Bachelorette, or the people that they picked.
Yeah.
But
okay, that's valid. I agree then.
I feel all the drama happened with other people that outside of those two.
Well, I think even if they had drama, I don't think the producers would show that in the editing.
Well, sometimes they do, other seasons, I guess it's more towards like whoever's like the Bachelor or the Bachelorette. Well, they'll have to like deal with, oh, like this person's like manipulative or like lying or whatnot. But this one, even like when he had to deal with things like people calling people a bitch and stuff, it wasn't like it was more like he mentioned it, they talked it, and it was like, okay, we're done, like we're moving on, kind of. So yeah.
But the funniest part actually this is even before Kelsey was proposed to. After Daisy walked away, it was a commercial break, and then I saw Daisy cottage cheese.
Yeah, I think they did that on purpose.
So funny. And I'm curious, how much did Daisy cottage cheese pay to put their ad after Daisy left? That's gotta cost them a lot of money. Like, I just know so many people are probably watching the finale and watched Daisy's proposal, or thought to be proposal.
Yeah.
And then afterwards she walks away, and then we see Daisy cottage cheese. It's so funny.
Yeah. I also just want to preface that I have only seen most of the episodes, or most of the season through TikTok, so I'm probably missing a lot, and the only episode I really watched was the last one. So if any of it seems wrong, it's because I didn't watch it all.
Oh, well, yeah, me too. I feel like I have less knowledge compared to you, because I don't actually see that many clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
Though I did watch the last episode very intently.
Yeah, I watched it like half. Maybe like 75% of it. And then the other ones, everything else, I just know I like Maria, and that's about it.
Yeah. Everything else was like, oh my gosh, Ashley, you should look, they're about to propose.
Yeah. But let's see, what else is there?
Let's talk about the next Bachelorette.
Yeah. I am very happy about who they picked.
I think, honestly, I really thought it would be either Daisy or Maria to be the next Bachelorette. Mm-hmm. But then they announced it was Jenn. Mm-hmm. And Jenn is really pretty. Yeah. And to me, she looks tall for an Asian. But I don't really know because she's wearing heels. Yeah. But
I thought it was going to be Daisy. I thought it would be fun if it was Maria. But I didn't actually think it was going to be Maria. Just, like I've said, like her personality is just, I think, like more suited for like Bachelor in Paradise compared to Bachelorette. But once Daisy, they like brought Daisy out and kind of like psyched the whole audience that, oh, like it's not, like she's not gonna do it, like it's gonna be somebody else. I was like, oh, maybe like Jenn or something. But I think another thing about having Jenn is that it kind of, not only does it give Asian American representation, I feel like it gives representation besides just like East Asian representation.
Oh yeah,
which I think is really great. But because she's like Vietnamese, so
yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like we don't really get that in media much at all. So
when I knew she was Jenn, I looked up her name, and she goes by Jenn Tran.
Yeah,
and I thought she was Jenny Tran because there's so many Jenny Trans out there, but her full name is actually Jennifer.
Oh, really?
Jennifer Tran, which is interesting.
Nice.
But yeah, I do appreciate the Southeast Asian representation because when you think of Asian, you generally think what? Like Chinese, Japanese,
Korean. Yeah. Like that's like all you think of.
Yeah.
Or like what a lot of people think of, like especially in like the US and stuff. But yeah, I think she's gonna be great. I would say I think the comments of some of these TikTok videos are maybe like an exaggeration, but some of the videos I'm like, these people need to like their reactions, like I understand you can maybe upset that you're a person that you wanted, but they are not it, in my opinion.
Oh.
Yeah, like there's this one that I saw, and it was like one like black girl and then all her white friends, and the black girl's like being like, oh, like I didn't see that coming, but like, oh, that's like great, like that she's, and all the other girls are like, oh, I didn't want it to be her, like, oh, that's so bad, she was so boring, like, and I was like, and the black girl's like, no, it's gonna be good, and it's like, yeah, and I was like, jeez, and all the comments are like, yeah, this is like a lot of white people or like white women are like reacting like this, and like I don't think it's necessarily all white women or like white people, because I did see a couple where it's like they were really happy for Jenn and stuff, but it does seem like the reaction is not it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it's received well in the public.
I also feel like, sorry, I cut
you
off,
go
but
ahead.
They, like, one of the comments was like, oh, she was so boring, but at the same time, like, she made it kind of far, but they were definitely trying to focus on, like, other people, which is why, like, maybe she was boring, but maybe you also didn't see everything that happened, so, like, I don't know. I guess maybe they wanted more drama, but she wasn't in the drama, so.
I mean, I think that they showed us like a sneak peek of the men.
Mm-hmm.
There's like one Asian man there.
Yeah.
I guess unless like if you were to count like Indians and like
I don't think there was an Indian, was there?
I think someone in the comments had said like there is like you can see there's like one Asian there, but then people were like, but there's like you can count Indians as Asians, which is true. And I think there was like one Indian. So
maybe like one, I guess, but
yeah.
that does not make the total that much higher.
Yeah, like 2 out of like 30 men. Yeah. That's still like nothing. So
yeah,
that makes me sad. I really hope they cast some more Asian men for her season, because otherwise, like, I just don't want to see that many white people. Like, and what if it's not her type?
Yeah, like I guess if it is her type, then like I guess, but I don't know. It'd just be nice to see more than like if there's like 30 people, I don't want to see 25 white guys, and then the rest are like people of color. It just seems disproportionate. Yeah,
it does. And I really want more Asian men, so then it can lead into an Asian Bachelor.
Oh, that would be
so cute. But yeah, I'm super excited for Jenn. Yes. She seems like a really nice girl, and knowing that she's a PA student.
Yeah, I don't know how she's doing that.
I think she's taking a break.
Yeah,
from school.
But she already had to take a break for like this season.
Oh yeah, for this Bachelor season. Yeah. I don't know how she's gonna do it for the crazy. Bachelorette, but
yeah, but
go her.
She's a boss. So
I love that she's Vietnamese.
Mm-hmm.
The thing during the after the rose when she did shuttle clock, to me that was kind of cringe. But I'm just not that like in that scene of drinking alcohol. Yeah,
I just didn't really understand it because she's like, oh, I do this with my family or something. So I was like, is this like a family? Like I don't know. Like they did it. I was like kind of confused why. Like besides that, it's something that she does.
Yeah.
But I was like, the context was lacking. I feel like.
I think everyone in the audience had a shot glass too.
Yeah.
So at least that was fun to see everyone take a shot with her. But
yeah.
Do you have any other thoughts? Because that kind of basically wraps up all my notes for The Bachelor.
I kind of want to have a Bachelor in Paradise season because I definitely enjoy Bachelor in Paradise more than like Bachelorette or Bachelorette, just regular. But I don't know.
Maybe I'll watch season with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really watch like for like dating shows. I don't really watch dating shows that much, so we'll see. But I think we're gonna try to watch Jenn's season when it comes out, so we'll do like updates like maybe like bi-weekly or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they release the dates as soon as possible because I want to put it on my calendar so I can watch Jen's episodes.
Yes,
so I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that many more opinions about it.
Yeah. Wow, if you guys made it this far, let me know what you think about Jenn.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Well, you can if you want.
All right, fine.
Let's see.
Give them a closing question then.
What's a closing question that we can give them? I guess, I don't know. Are we doing like one about the Bachelorette or just like Bachelor stuff?
Or tell us, would you ever want to be on The Bachelor and Bachelorette and why?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Would you want to be on The Bachelor or Bachelorette?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. This episode. Am I doing the outro? Am I always going to do the outro?
Oh, I don't have the outro on my...
It's okay. Okay, thanks for listening, and make sure you follow us on YouTube and Spotify, and like the podcast, and rate the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And yeah, that's all I think. Yay. Oh, and if you want to help us, you should just like have it run in the background as many times as possible, because that would be helpful. But yes, I think that's all, and we'll see you the next episode. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.